Hello, everyone. John here from the Little Shop of Magic, joined by my good friend Sean from AEG. We're here with a very special episode of It Ooze from the Office. We'll be talking a little bit about some of the surprises that AEG has in store for us for coming this year. Now, this first one isn't quite so much of a surprise, but it's still exciting, and we do want to talk about it. So let's start with Munchkin.
Smash Up. Well, I mean, it actually is a little bit of a surprise. We did do a soft release of it at Gen Con, but this is one of the only copies that exists in my hands and at Little Shop of Magic. You can actually come down. I have the game here, and you can pull it out and play that anytime you want. And if you have questions or you want me to come down and demo it, we certainly can. But Munchkin Smash Up has just been very well received. There's a new look for the packaging of the box, but there's more decks, and you're getting 10 deck dividers that go into your big geeky box.
So faction monsters.
Yep, you have thieves, warrior, you have your treasures. So everything has every faction that's always in Smash Up has a divider that can go into it and separate it out for your big geeky box. But Smash Up Munchkin really does have a nice flavor with the Munchkin universe. Even though this is a Smash Up product, the artwork in here has a 3D rendering. So, Kovalik and that gang did just an amazing job with the art on Smash Up. But the effect of having it kind of give you that 3D feeling in the Smash Up art world was just tremendous. So you can see the box and the images on the cards are great. Now, what adds?
Yeah, I got to tell you about that. I know I hark on this a lot, but
right.
The artwork, you guys, you just nailed it every time. I mean, the games you're putting out are definitely pretty to look at, and then to me that's important because it's a way to get in the game, but it also keeps your interest going. And if you guys know John, his humor is spot on for the type of game you're playing.
Right, it is. I mean, that's the thing too. At AEG, we like to make fun. I mean, these are games that we want to play. Sure. And we look at them and we want everything to the quality to be the artwork, the design to emanate that. So it's a really fun environment, especially when you have a game like Smash Up. That originally was on tabletop. Will Wheaton's great show. If you get a chance to, or you haven't seen Smash Up, you can certainly go pull that episode down. Watch them play, or you can come here and have one of the top AEG guys play Smash Up with you.
And
but
for some reason, Sean is sleeping, which he never does. We can also show you the episode of Tabletop, or we can give you a quick demo.
Yeah.
So if you played Smash Up, Smash Up Munchkin is really easy to pick up. So
it literally it walks right into Smash Up. It's basically two expansions into one. It is its own standalone product. So. Our expansions are $20 each. So if you were to actually buy this as an expansion and have two of them, you would be paying $40. But you actually, for the set, are paying $34.99, which is nice. So there's a little bit of cost savings in it. But what makes this exciting there are two new actions into the Smash Up Munchkin world. One is the monsters. And the monsters are a deck or a faction that are attached to the bases. So when you play your bases out on the table, and I'll just grab a base right here, there'll be a monster we'll start off on there with a number, and basically the number that is listed there, you will attach that number of monsters. So my base has 3 monsters, and then those 3 monsters go under that. Each of those has an ability of their own right, and there's also a number that is on the card, so that you add the numbers on the monsters to your base value here, and that increases the base value. The other thing that is great about the monster faction, is that on the monsters it says treasures. So now you have a new faction, the treasure faction, which has no allegiance to any of the other Munchkin or any other factions. They're their own kind of standalone deck, but they provide, as you can hear the word treasures. They give you treasures in the game, and you get those cards if you happen to defeat any of the monsters off a base, or when the base breaks and you score, whatever amount of treasures is on there, you get to pick we distribute out on the table, and then first place, second place, we go around. If you have a minion on that base, you get to get a treasure. And again, the treasure deck is actually a minions and actions, but there are lots of value that you get from these guys that can give you more victory points or do certain things. That's kind of the add-on to Smash Up. So you're really getting two more kind of products into in the Munchkin. I would say it's probably just one step up than playing the normal Smash Up. So if you have experience in Smash Up, or you've played Smash Up for a while, you'll very much be able to pick up on this. If you've never played Smash Up and you want to demo it, certainly it's very easy to follow, but I would recommend playing with someone or having a demo of the product so that you can understand what the treasure deck and the monster deck does in the game.
Sure, it's an extra layer of play. I wouldn't say an extra layer of complexity. It's fairly easy to.
Yeah, it's just an extra. That's exactly correct. It's just an extra layer and adds more fun to the game, and that's
So if you
basically
wanted
Smash
to,
Up.
You can play this by itself. You
Yep.
can use it as an expansion to your regular Smash.
Exactly,
Right?
yep.
And there's no problem with mixing cards or anything like
No
that.
problem. Again, that's the one that's great. That's a great point. Smash Up allows you to take any from the very beginning of the base game with all the expansions that are out, including this one that will be releasing in September.
Right.
But you can take any faction from any game and you can put those together. You're basically mixing two factions to make a 40 card, your 40 card play deck. So, we've seen all kinds. We were just talking about this a minute ago. People have done all types of different ways to play the game. They've picked factions from a certain box, or they've, done a draft faction where you can just pick out the ones that you want to play.
Available.
And, so that everyone doesn't always end up playing the same thing that they want to. But that's the uniqueness of Smash Up, getting in and seeing what the other factions can do. And it's a lot of fun. It releases in September. But again, it's going to release, I think, towards the end of September. So give people a little note on that now. But for the entire month, this game will be here.
Yeah,
for you
we'll
to
have
come down
it
to
here
play.
for anybody that would like to check it out. We're probably going to spoil some of the cards maybe on
Sure.
social media. I know AG, if you go to the
Oh,
AG
you can
website,
spoil
there's
all you
been-
want now.
There's been some spoilers already
Right.
out there, if I remember correctly.
Well, if you were at Gen Con, we had a
Yeah, you
limited
didn't
amount
see
for
all of
sale. So, but obviously a lot of that stuff doesn't make it up online, or some of it does. But you can certainly spoil your group, and that would be great.
But we'll have it here, so if you're interested in looking at it, if you want to play with it, you can. If you just want to come in and look at the cards and get an idea of what's going on, just let us know. All you have to do is ask, and we'll definitely show it to you.
Perfect.
Speaking of the flexibility of Smash Up, I know that there's, again, not a big secret because people were able
yes.
to vote on this, right?
Right.
But
So
the upcoming set has been picked by the players.
it has been picked. So it's called "It's Your Fault," and that's going to be our first expansion leading into 2016. And the year, just to backpedal a little bit on that, there probably isn't a better time to be in Smash Up right now. There is, the Munchkin license has been fantastic. It's been well received. It's been our number one selling. We just had that with Pretty Pretty, which came out right before, and so the Smash Up environment is growing. People are friends and everyone alike, so are really buying into it. It's such a fun product. But 2016, leading with this into that, is going to be amazing. It's Your Fault is a culmination of, the fun part about Smash Up is we can do these things. You can allow your players to pick a number of factions. And basically we did a draft, mock draft of a bracket of the top 32. So we announced that when we were making this set, that we were going to allow the players to choose factions. So we took in all the top names and what they wanted it to be. And then we pieced that down to 32, ran that as, a bracket and had votes, basically, whoever you wanted to align with, you picked your top, ones, and then that went down 32, 16, 8 to the final top 4.
Nice.
And those 4 are called It's Your Fault. And I want to say, if I remember, it's Greek mythology, it's sharks, it's dragons, and there's one other one. I can't believe it's at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. So you're just going to have to tune back in once I get that. But it is a super great expansion. And leading into more of that year, there's going to be a couple other things that will come out that I can't spoil at this
Do
point.
you know though if you guys are gonna say your faction didn't get picked, if you're gonna do more of these kind of like referendum kind of things, or
You know, it's a great question. It's just one of those things that is organic when you hear people, or we're at shows, and you see players like, oh, I voted for Owls, or I voted for this, and there are a number of players who are big Smash Up fans. I have to give a shout out to Elisa Teague, who wanted the Owls to be a part of it, and you see the fan base driving other players. So I can't say that it's completely off the table, but we're going to see how this works and see what the players think. But it is a really nice way to give back to the Smash Up community and say, hey, we're letting you be involved and pick this wonderful expansion.
nice. Well, it's always good to listen to your player base and your fans.
It
See what
is.
they want. So.
That's it. And so we'll start with our next product, which is also coming out in September, October. It's going to be Love Letter Adventure Time.
Okay, so we'll talk about Love Letter Adventure Time in the next one?
Yes.
All right, awesome.